So, it's pretty well known by now that HE washers, like the ones behind me, the set I had, don't work. People hear about what goes on with them and they think, oh, clothes are not, quite clean enough. Maybe a little smell to them. It's not fun, but it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Well, I'm here to tell you it is a big deal. When your clothes don't get clean and they smell bad, there can be far-reaching consequences of that happening. Um, I've mentioned how they don't clean in prior videos. I've done a test where you can see the water from a freshly washed item. Put it into water is not clean. Um, but I've only, barely talked about the far-reaching consequences. In this video, I would like to show you a video I made, and then some clips of what happened after that to my son, to my family, and to myself. This can get to be a very severe issue very quickly. Here, take a look. Rinse that out. Rinse the jar out. Get it to warm. Dump the old pair of shorts in there that smell. They definitely smell. I'm going to soak for a minute while I go look at something. What are you doing in here, dog? Looking to get yourself in trouble? And the t-shirts that I did, the first one was all cotton. The second one, I don't know, might have had a little bit of polyester in it. Not very much. These shorts are very stretchy, so they're cotton poly mix. I've noticed the artificial fibers tend to be worse than the cotton ones. This is like a knitish fabric. Now, I've done this before, hand washing stuff, and I've actually had it suds up, visible suds. You can see it. Turn the light off. Okay. This is how you guys would more likely see it. You're not going to necessarily pour water into a cup. But yeah, there's the water. Let me pour it into a cup. Okay, this has got a lot of residue in it, which explains probably why it smells. That's what the washer is leaving in the clothes. Residue, dirty water. That's what my HE washer has done. And like I said, there's been times when I have seen it sudsing. It literally is sudsing up after they're supposed to be clean and dry. So all that crud has been left in your clothes. So you use additives, you use extra settings on the washer, you do whatever you can to try to stop that from happening. You can't afford a laundromat. You've just spent a crap load of money you could barely afford on a new washer and dryer. What are you going to do? So you and your family are going out into the world in these clothes. And the effects start rolling out.
Do these cameras actually work? No, they don't. Who looks at them? Yeah. Are you sure those are You smell like shit! Don't you smell it?
Answer this yes or no question. Can you feel him inside you? You like the taste of it?
Move! Oh, come on. Hey! Not our bus.
Oh, it's not?
No.
No, what? Well, hey, run. I thought you were going to say
No, yeah, give me. Move. Move. Really?
Well, you better go to the back then.
Yeah, we did. I sprayed that whole scene with Windex. Bacterialized it. Bacterialized it. I don't like Windex. He's gonna do it though. He's like, there's some ammonia in there. Some ammonia in there. Back you back?
Sit with Ian. There you go. There you go. You sit. Okay, look up. Ew, you guys. Ooh, Ian. Oh, dude.
How what?
Your PE today?
Huh?
Your PE today?
I don't do
Ian,
PE. How what?
up here, in your seat, now. The breeze is blowing in here and all I can smell is you.
Twelve, 19, 13.
Why do what?
Yes, I play racing.
Shower in the bath.
I choose not to say anything about that.
Did you get that? Ms. Green said she wonders why some people don't take baths or a shower as she walks by Ian. Did you hear the laughter of the whole class? Now, with this kind of thing going on, exactly how is he supposed to find a partner like she previously advised him to do? She is clearly giving her stamp of approval to treat Ian with disrespect and derision.
So have your mom sign this and I'll talk to Mark with emailing him now.
I'm going to the office.
Where you going?
Call my mom.
Why?
Reasons.
Wait a minute. Wait. You just can't get up and leave without permission. That is not okay.
What?
Let's talk outside in private first.
Have you ever thought about going in this
Hey, you just can't get up at your leisure and decide what you're doing, dude. That's just not the rules of school.
Hey, Gator.
Okay? So talk to me and then we'll make a good decision.
Well, my mom told me to call her if they try to get me to talk about my showering and cleansing schedule.
Okay.
And I didn't call her, so I want to call her to let her know that they have just done that.
And that's what you do on break. You don't do that during class time.
I'm not so sure my mom will be happy about that
Well,
one.
your mom can call me about it, but that's something you do on break. Okay? Come on in.
Well, stay out here.
Okay, you can stay out here, but that's your choice. You do those things on. Are you waiting for this young man?
Is it Ian?
Yeah.
Then yes, I am.
All right.
Thank you. Hi, Ian. My name's Trish. I'm a social worker with CPS. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
If this is about my smell or anything that has to do with my personal life, you're going to have to contact my mom.
Okay, I can do that. That's not a problem.
All right.
Can I give you my business card at least?
Sure.
Okay.
I won't talk about my personal life unless
That's
my mom's
fine.
here. So,
That's totally fine. There you go. You have a good day.
all right.
I'll call your mom. Not a problem.
Total waste of time. Easy. That was easy. No. It was about my personal life, and I said just call my mom.
I don't know. I guess I get a little uncomfortable with the aggression part because I think it's a bit of a strong word.
Putting his head down.
I think
it's
that
not being aggressive.
no,
but
yeah, he's refusing to work, and that's not good.
Stubbornness might be a
he's
better
pushing
word.
against what
He's not cooperating,
They're defiant.
Right.
Yeah,
but it's just I don't know. I just no matter whether it's Ian or anybody else, I don't know. I just have a problem with that term because I think sometimes it's overkill and other times it's not. I guess I don't know. It's just my thing. It's not.
that's all right.
Aggression is a strong word in my book. You know, it connotates and brings up images that seem more extreme than
Violence.
yeah. It's
Right. No, there's
yeah.
no violence involved here.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's a teddy
Yeah.
bear.
But not doing and cooperating in class is definitely not good.
Is there anything else you have to say about him being in the office?
Well, I will say that.
I mean, we have things we're going to discuss, but I want everybody to have their turn before we discuss what we have to discuss. And
Well, that's why.
I was going to touch on that,
Okay.
but not right now. I just, if you've got anything further to, add about being in the office or what you've seen or what you've experienced.
Well, initially when I first made contact with him at the beginning of the year, when I got a call from his teachers about the hygiene issue, him and I talked out front, and I just tried to talk to him about coming to high school and what a big transition it is, and making friends and this and that, and just tried to say, hey, it's really important that everybody is, healthy and clean and all that. And I thought we had kind of an understanding, but then it's continued throughout the year, as you know, because we've made contact about that situation. So it's become, not all the time, but a situation that I end up getting involved in because in class there are, I don't know if the word's problems, but teachers are reporting the hygiene part of it. His peers are not wanting, in some instances, to sit near him, and we just want him to be successful here. That's all we want. So we are working really hard to try to get that corrected, and it's not all the time, but when it does come up, and you guys can help me out here, it is a problem. That's all I want to say. And I thought that Ian and I had kind of a good communication going, but the last couple times I've talked to him, he hasn't wanted to talk to me. And he told me he didn't trust me.
He didn't want to talk to you.
Yes,
He just refused to talk to you.
yes, in my office. So I said, what's going on in class? I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, okay, well, then go sit out there. And wow.
Do you have any questions, Mom? I know you had some questions.
Am I leaving something out, Angela?
Okay.
But I do want to say while you're thinking that it's high school is such a big transition for every kid. It's like the biggest transition they'll make. And to be successful, it's not just academics, and academics sometimes isn't even the main part of it, but socially it's really important. And I do see Ian. He's got a couple good friends that he hangs out with, and that's good. But to be really successful, we don't want kids complaining about that issue. And I would really like it if we could all come to some kind of agreement on how we can help make that better.
I'm sure we can. I am sure we can. Do you have any questions, Mom? She's processing.
Yeah, that's fine.
fine.
That's great.
No, I'm thinking, with all these issues that you're mentioning, no one contacted Paula other than your one contact with her.
I'd like to know who's making the complaints.
Who's making the complaints?
Can I say something? I know that Gretchen Carlson, the school nurse, forwarded me an email. She had talked to you about something at one point, and I sought out their counsel. And so, yeah, we can discuss that. Because I think it's
Right.
that's
I'd
what we
just
need
like
to
to
Just
know
relative, you know, I just want...
sure.
who's
Oh, sure.
who's
Absolutely.
making the complaints. How is that coming about? You know, how's this all happening?
Okay.
You know,
Let
I
him-
can't
let him
even
say.
begin to.
Let him tell you.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I would get a call from one of his teachers saying, "Hey, listen, I need some help. I've talked to Ian, and could you talk to him?" Yeah, I'll talk to him because
So the teacher themselves was complaining about the smell?
initially, but I've also had some kids come in
Yeah,
too.
right.
Correct.
right.
Complain to you
And kids
in
go
the
to
office.
teachers, and the teachers go to Mr. Vicari
Okay, so it is coming from the kids?
as well.
Yes.
Okay.
But I think all three of these teachers here could support me in what I'm saying.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
You've noticed an offensive odor.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's to the point
Ms.
where
Hayes, you too?
Yes.
it's to the point where the students are saying it out loud in my class.
Okay.
And I make that go away best I can. And students
And how often are they saying this in class?
it could be daily.
Daily they're saying
that
something
when he's in my class.
to him or to you? Or?
Yeah, to him and to me.
Okay.
And so I don't want that to go any further.
Do you smell the offensive
Yes,
odor?
yes,
Okay, what would you describe it as like?
Probably not showering every day.
Really?
And
Really?
yeah.
And
And
I think we've noticed the
he's
same
very
clothes
active in
sometimes,
my
right?
classes. I'm sorry?
The same clothes at
Yeah,
times.
the same clothes or the same underwear. I don't know. I can't. This is pretty personal, but
How would you know it was the same underwear?
I don't. No, you asked me what.
No, you
I
were
don't-
saying the same underwear, and I
No, he
didn't.
asked me the
Mr.
same
Vicari
clothes,
said that.
So I'm
No, I
saying the
I
same
didn't
clothes,
say
the same
that.
underwear. I don't
Yeah,
know.
same clothes.
And he and I talk. Sometimes I'll say, Ian, because we'll work in the garden, he'll get really dirty, and I'll say, make sure you change those clothes for tomorrow, wash them. And he tells me, yeah, sometimes I wash them
You say that to him?
when he's rolling in the dirt outside and he's really
You
dirty.
remind him to
I'll just,
change clothes when he gets home for the next day?
Well, if he's rolling in the dirt.
yeah, or I'll say, Leanne, brush off the dirt. You're all dirty. Brush the
If
dirt off.
I lay down and roll around in the dirt, are you going to tell me, okay, when you get home, make sure to,
Well,
get those clothes off, get
You know
clean clothes
what?
for tomorrow?
You're
That-
right.
I'm a little taken
Okay,
aback.
so let's just remind ourselves, we were talking about special ed students, and you said at the beginning of this that they have a lot of different needs, and our students come with a variety of needs, and we have to tell them sometimes brush their teeth, comb your hair. This is what we do here. We teach how to be a whole person. And sometimes we have to say, yeah, we don't do it in a pick on you way. This
Well,
is
it's not just him, is it?
no,
No,
and
and
it's
can I-
about how school relates to work.
But we
and-
also have a program called Workability
And
that all
I
of
use
our
myself as an example. Yeah.
we also have a program called Workability that all of our students from 9th grade through 12th grade get exposed at different levels for different types of students. And I brought the Workability paper, and part of that is talking about job interviews, cleanliness.
I know what workability is.
Yeah, cleanliness.
I understand.
Preparing. Our goal as a senior is to have a portfolio that they leave
Yep.
with. So what I do with my study skills class and my English classes, we talk about hygiene, not in depth like health does, but we do talk about it. And one thing I tell the students, especially teenagers, that our bodies are going through changes, and it's really important we shower. And I use my own son, that's a freshman, as an example.
Okay.
And I tell them about my son, and I say he's got to put deodorant on every day and he's got to shower every day because our bodies are changing, and unfortunately it happens, and the smells happen, and we have to address them. And I do it in a way where I address the whole class that
we're
way.
fairly convinced that he doesn't shower every day.
No, we're not saying that.
I
We're
don't-
saying that.
Paul, I don't know that.
Well,
one way or
I'm
the
just
other.
trying to understand
don't
here.
know.
It's,
We don't know.
We don't know why
this
the
blows
smell
me
is.
away.
We're just looking for a solution, and we're not saying why. We're just saying what. And all
How
of
can we
us-
fix it?
Yeah, how can we fix it? And what's happened in the past, let's just move forward, but let's do it and
Because
set some goals. And he's here, and he understands everything. So if we can all talk about it in front of Ian and be on the same page, then
And it's not a-
it's nothing we should even have to deal with. I mean,
that I would agree
no, really,
with.
I agree.
And we don't want, if students are going to the office and saying things in private, then we have to address it.
Right.
And this is also something that gets
Kids
addressed.
going to
in
the
social skills.
principal about something
Kids
like
come
that.
to me all the time about everything, and you know,
Kids,
honestly,
kids
I will
are
s-
pretty comfortable with talking to Mr. Vicarian, I think.
and it's not something that I look forward to doing. It's you know, not embarrassing for me. It's part of what I do to help out, but I don't look forward to that. But it's something that I feel is my responsibility, and I would hope that him and I could have a rapport where I could say, "Hey, Ian, come here. You know, you need to do whatever." You know, not having to take it personally. I have 5 kids, and I have to tell them what to do, and some of them are 32 years old. So, not
Well,
some of
in
them, one of them.
social skills as well, because I deal with special ed primarily, and there are some students who maybe shower but don't really know how to lather up appropriately or really know the process of what
Why
to
do they not know that?
Maybe they were never taught, or
maybe I don't know.
because you know. I mean, like you said, we keep saying special ed. Everyone learns differently. They don't really know how to wash their hair thoroughly. They can shower every day, but if they don't properly lather and clean it and rinse it how it should be rinsed, right? It could be soap buildup, scum in there. There could not be thoroughly washing the scalp or whatever issues, you know. So we do address that as well in social skills because it becomes a social problem and the kids, you know, see that and notice it, and unfortunately.
How do you think we can help with that? All of us sitting at the table right here.
Because I think that's, all we're trying to do is come up with a solution because we don't want kids saying things. 'Cause that isn't right.
Why don't you address that, Paula?
Okay. I'm ready. All right. On the smell thing. I don't tell you guys everything I do. I'm not required to do so. Okay, you can take her outside. He doesn't have a smell. I have taken him to outside sources, numerous outside sources, on days that you guys told me he had a smell. That's why he would disappear from school suddenly. It's why I would come and pick him up and yank him out, was I was taking him to medical professionals to have them check him. Every once in a while, they would say that he had a personal odor. Everybody has a personal odor, but at no time did they find any kind of offensive odor on him. And I'm taking him straight from school to them. I have documentation of that fact. Since November, they couldn't find a smell, but I talked to the doctor and I said, well, you know, I'm doing the laundry. He's showering every night. You know, he's got all his stuff. I want to make sure there's no problem. I don't think there is, but I want to make sure The school can't say there's a problem. And she gave him prescription deodorant that he uses. I have documentation on that. And each and every time you guys would say that he smelled, I would rush him off to the medical professional to have him checked, because I couldn't, like I tried to tell Mr. Vicari, how can I take you seriously when I'm not finding it? I sniff them, I don't find it. Brianna sniffs them, she doesn't find it.
What about the 24 students, for example, that do smell it, and the teachers that smell it? We're all lying?
I guess.
I guess we are then.
I guess, because nobody knows smells better than a doctor does, and it wasn't just a doctor, it was a doctor and a physician's assistant and several nurses. At no time have they ever, and I'm pulling him, the day Mr. Vicari, I called him and said, does he smell? Because he had called me and talked to me on the phone. I called back and said, does he smell right now, this second? And Mr. Vicari said, yes. I buzzed over here and I had him out of here so fast, getting checked. Nobody could ever find any kind of an offensive odor.
Can you understand the confusion that would cause?
Are we playing with words?
No, we're not.
That is
not
the
trying
term
to play
you
with
guys
words.
have used repeatedly, so that's the term I've adopted.
We
That's
were
a good word.
we
That's
were
a good word. That
we
fits
were
it, I think.
we're confused. It's not that we're not willing to be cooperative, but we are confused by that, because I'm sorry if you're upset by that, but we are upset too.
To call me a liar.
She didn't call you a liar. She told you what she did.
What
She said, this is what the doctor said. This is what the nurse said. That's what she's saying. That's what she did.
I think what
It's
we need
not
to
trying to
address-
call you a liar. We're trying to say that when you tell us that, and then we take him to the doctor and to the nurse, and they can't find any smell.
I can't find it. I
She
take him to
can't
medical.
smell it. Her daughter can't smell it.
I take
Can
him
you
to
see
medical
where that would be
professionals, they
confusing
can't
if
smell it.
if it was turned around the other way?
But we don't, let me just say that this is the last thing that we want to talk about here. We don't, it's uncomfortable for us as teachers and everything to have to talk to a family about something like this.
We understand that.
Well, let's do it and get it out of the
No,
way,
and-
because it is enraging for me.
It is,
So let's
yeah. So
talk it
It's
and get it out of the way.
humiliating for Ian because he's taking a shower every day.
Okay, but then
He's
that's-
got deodorant that he uses.
But that
See,
doesn't
you
have-
don't know that.
But we all we know is what we
Supposedly
see here.
smell,
It's
okay?
not supposedly, because it's
People are reporting.
every teacher that was here, all of us, other staff. It's something that is evident and it happens, and it's not like faint. It's a strong
Could it be
situation.
something on his shoes?
No, it's not.
No, I have,
It's
and I
not.
have a physical, I actually start feeling sick. I'm very sensitive, and I'm sensitive,
Okay,
no,
well
well, I'm
then.
just telling you the truth.
No, that's fine.
It's
We're
one
just,
of the
I'm
thi-
sorry, but I
Alex-
I think this is part of it. You've said what you needed to say. You've
No, I
said
don't think
enough.
she
I
needs
don't-
to finish.
Go ahead.
I'm not nauseous, that's not what
It
I'm
says
saying.
it makes you sick.
Well, I'm gonna explain to you how it makes me sick, which.
I don't need your explanation. You've said
Well,
enough.
It's not that I'm. it's
You
not-
want to grind in? Then go ahead.
I'm telling you
so,
now.
I'm just saying.
He
we're
showers every
uncomfortable.
night. He has since before he started this school year. When something was mentioned by Mr. Murphy, I made a particular point
So
to
that's
notice exactly what was going on. When Mr. Murphy mentioned something, I took over the laundry, not because Ian was doing it improperly, just so that I could truthfully
That's good.
say that
Good.
I was doing
And
the
then-
laundry.
And then is he changing clean
changes, he wear-
clothes every day? I don't know if he is or not.
Yes, he is changing
But you don't
clean
see him
clothes
every
every
day.
day.
No.
No.
But
No,
I,
but we
I
see
see
him.
him.
I see him every day, and
I do
some-
see him every day.
Okay.
You know what? I buy multiples. I don't like to shop. I don't have the energy for a lot of shopping. When I find something that fits him, that looks decent on him, sometimes we'll be at the thrift store and I'll find a couple of an item overstocked from somewhere. I will get him several of one item. I've got 2 shirts at home that you guys said he smelled in. They are identical to each other. They are the identical shirt, but
There have been days where I know he wears the same pants every day because they have the same hole in the same place in his bottom. And a couple of times I've said, you might want to sew those up, or you might want to change your pants, because I don't want somebody to ridicule him.
no,
And
I'm
just
watching
telling
him
for
change
his
clothes
protection.
because
and
I
I'll
do the
say, you might
laundry and I
wanna
put it on the
change
couch.
those.
Okay,
And
so
so-
so what do we do? If
Yeah.
it
Oh.
happens again, I just want to know where we go. So that's
How
all in
can
the
we
past.
make this better? How can
Yeah,
we?
that's
Because
in the past. Let's move.
we
on.
don't know why this.
How
is.
can you make it better?
Yeah.
Yes.
What can we do?
Do you think we would want to send him to school so that he would be
probably
No,
not.
suffering this.
no, and
Well, then obviously we have a problem here because
Right.
we have gone and checked him out to make sure, trying to do what we can.
We've had medical professionals who know odor. I mean, nobody
So
knows
what
odor
can
better
you do
than
to
them.
make it work?
I don't know.
I don't know because we've done everything. I've checked him. The doctor repeatedly, you guys repeatedly say he smells. I repeatedly take him to the doctor on the day that you say he's smelling. And the doctor, she had him lift his armpit and bury her nose in his armpit. She couldn't find
I don't
anything.
think
Smell
it's-
Theo from his
it's-
armpits, I don't think.
Well, you know, I don't know what to tell you.
It has been addressed at least. You understand that.
And that's,
It has not been
and
ignored.
Paula has done a great job on that, and that's something I don't know if
Yes.
everyone knew
No,
that.
that's great.
And that's wonderful. I mean,
This-
it's wonderful that you are working with us, okay? But what can we do now?
Paula, can I make a suggestion? Would you be, or maybe he does, use something like baking soda or baby powder or Gold Bond that is meant to help absorb odors and it provides a fresh flavor, fresh
And you use
scent.
it, and it's
You
used
know,
all
I mean,
over
I
the
don't know
body.
if, I don't use a lot of chemicals, but.
He's not
even
going
something
to
like soda,
turn
baking-
himself into a pretzel to suit you guys.
Right.
Normal hygiene is you shower every day
With soap.
with soap.
Okay.
And the doctor suggested, she said, you know, the soap you're using is good. She said, why don't you change soap just to see what happens? I even changed soap.
Cool.
And I know he's using it because it's almost gone. He showers every day. I do his laundry. You know, the clean laundry goes on the couch until I or he can fold it up. You know, in the morning, you know, he pulls his clean clothes off of the pile because often I don't get to folding it. He's got clean. I've done everything I can do.
But
And we
You
appreciate
know,
that.
and
those
I
are things
just,
we didn't
I
know.
can't smell it. The doctors can't smell it. The physician's assistants can't smell it. The nurses can't smell it. I don't know. And backpack. I will wash his backpack because the backpack generally doesn't go with him to the doctor's office.
Well, that's one thought.
That's about the only thing I can do left. You know, there is nothing else. I've had it with this. You know, this what you can do to help. Stop it. Leave him alone. You know, this smell thing, he did have a hygiene problem when he was 11. And he didn't always take a shower. He didn't always wash properly. He got targeted. I complained about a bus driver for not doing her job properly. As soon as I complained about her, she started bringing up his smell publicly in the bus. That rode through the kids for several years. And then about a year and a half ago, he got on another bus with a slime bag bus driver. The kids brought it up. They started in because the bus driver didn't have control.
And
she picked it up and she started bullying him with it. You know? And so it's traveled through the kids again, you
No,
know?
it's not. It's
We're
not.
doing
It's
it
the
the-
adults.
We're doing it the
You
opposite
don't-
way
It's the
here.
adults. Honestly, that's not the kids because we're not taking
Yeah,
any
it wasn't-
kid's word for anything in high school.
It was the adult on the
Yeah.
bus too, after
That's-
she picked it up from the kids.
Guys,
and we took
We've
care of
had
that.
it.
And we did take care of
Yes,
it.
thank goodness.
But some of the kids may still be,
Right.
No, but that's
No,
not.
but the kids aren't.
yeah.
If a kid comes and says something to me, there's two sides to every story, and I would go to
Mr.
the teacher
Vicari, what
first.
do you expect Paula to do? You've heard what she's trying, what she has gone to do. She's gone to great lengths, much more than most parents would even bother. You know,
doubt.
I'm sorry, but what you're smelling or whatever it is, we were trying to address it all this time. You called CPS on her.
Yeah. Who came out to my house and found
Nothing.
nothing. A clean house, all the cleaning products you could want, mouthwash,
They
shampoo,
checked out the
conditioner,
bathroom. They saw
deodorant.
the cleaning supplies. They saw what Paula had or did. I'm sorry,
So,
but I think that there's been enough torturing on
Right.
this.
Well,
that's, we're not here to torture.
it's
But
not.
he is already. You're.
Do you want to
Okay.
break, Mom?
Maybe we need to.
Do you want to break?
You need to listen. We have sat here and listened to all of you politely, and every time we try to talk, you want to tell us how we should feel. No, Mr. Murphy, please.
What?
I see your facial expressions. I read it very clearly.
And I'm doing it for a purpose, yes.
I know you are,
Uh-huh.
but it's not helpful. It just
Well,
isn't.
what I'm hearing is two stories, two different stories. Your side and this side.
Exactly.
And I understand your side that you go to the professionals and they smelled nothing. But at school, there's a different story.
I know. We've got a problem
And we're
here.
not just talking about the adults either. When
this something we can bring the
random
medical
students are saying
professionals
things,
in?
total
Can we
random.
That's where she took him.
No, but I mean, could we bring them in and maybe all meet and figure out if they have
Total random.
It's a possibility. I don't
medical
know.
professionals? Like,
No.
bring them in and meet?
No, the last time my medical professional tried to jump in for the benefit of a student with a principal, she got basically told to mind her own business, that she doesn't know anything, she's not at school.
Paula, can I ask you one question?
She is not happy about that, and I said, you know what, no, you stay over here and you document.
That wasn't here.
No, she didn't say
We
it was
didn't say
here,
that.
but I'm not gonna put her in that
I-
situation again.
I think maybe we need to take a break.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
that's
I
fine.
think because
we
this
can come
wasn't
back
the
on it.
intent. The
No.
intent
No.
was not to.
No.
We are not questioning the intent, but I am trying to tell you how it feels from our perspective
From
to
his
inform you that she has not been a neglected parent, that she has been actively, proactively trying to work on this. But it has left its mark on Ian.
Right.
That's the part
And
that
you
we
pu-
are
and you
having to
punish
really
me
need to
or
discuss.
try to punish me. I wasn't really punished, but you try to punish me by calling CPS.
How do you think?
Who came up with that harebrained idea?
Well, we have protocols.
Why? No, wait a minute. You did not come to her.
You didn't ask
You
me
haven't been
anything.
coming to her at all this year.
First of all, we don't need to discuss that, but we
Yeah, we
Oh,
do
oh,
need
wait
to
a minute.
discuss that.
Wait a minute. Oh,
We
no,
do.
no,
we
no.
have gotten no
no.
cooperation. If something when the school has made contact and a number of people from the school made contact and the situation continues, that lets us feel like it's not being dealt
How
with.
much contact?
So,
Please,
I don't have
please
it- I don't have it
enlighten
written
me
down.
to the
I
contact.
couldn't tell you a number. So we're here to try to get this squared away. You're saying one thing, we're saying another. We're like at a stalemate here. But all we want to do is have Ian fit in
Yeah.
and make it good for him.
Right.
That's it.
You want me to move on, Mom?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be excused to go
Okay.
try to take care of that.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Did you sign? Did you recognize?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We're losing them like flies. Do we really want to continue?
We can postpone it, that's fine. It's up to you.
Well, I think our time limit was
We
have about
3
30
till
we have-
5:15.
Yeah, so we have about 15 more minutes.
Let
so it's
me
up to you.
end this with, there are explanations for what's been going on here.
Right.
Okay.
Explanations for everything that's
Yes,
been going on.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what that means, but
Well,
that doesn't need to be explained. I'm just gonna.
No, I'm just letting you know that we didn't come in here without some
I've got
explanation
proof
Well, that's
for
of everything I allege.
some of this behavior that's been going on. And it's upsetting because even when we tell
Well, we're
you
not- I
stuff,
don't think we're gonna get there today.
Okay.
we aren't being believed. I mean, I just
They
feel
don't
like
want, they want to womp on me.
I
They don't
just,
want to
you
hear
know,
when we have something to say about them.
we try to show you that we were trying to address this one issue here. And nobody believes us.
By the way,
No.
I have a number on that contact that he doesn't have a number for. And it's going to make him look stupid.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Vicari, I don't know how many, I couldn't give you a number on contact. I got a number. I got a number.
When do we want to get together again? Are we, is that what are we suspending?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
everybody else had their chance to
And now when we want to
say whatever they wanted to say about Ian.
No, you all ready to go. It's late. You're tired.
Well, I
You've put in your 2 hours. You've had a very ambitious agenda that didn't even consider anything that we might have to say.
I asked if anybody wanted to add to the agenda at the beginning, didn't I? I think I
Add.
did.
This is a very ambitious agenda.
It's every page of the IEP.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
every
we're
page of the
not
IEP.
cutting you off. We can continue.
I don't think the IEP is going to go forward until we address some of the issues
Right.
that Paula feels is important as well. We've sat here and we
This is how-
understand.
So let's
This is how
continue with
you've heard my other IEPs. This is how it goes. Everybody says what they want to say about my child, and then if I come up with a dissenting point of view, some proof that they're wrong,
Or that
or
we have at least a
or
something
that they're
that
in
our
error,
belief.
I get attacked, I get yelled at, people start leaving, you know, I get shut down.
We don't need to talk about this.
And I'm to the point,
Fine.
You don't want to listen?
That's
Don't
been the problem.
listen.
We don't need to
I
talk
got other
about
people
this.
to listen
Maybe
to me.
we need to talk about it, and maybe you need to understand where we're coming from and how we might be feeling about situations that have been occurring this school year. You know, I think that is important too. It isn't just the professionals
It's very
that
important.
have all the information, because you only have your piece.
Right.
And I'm not putting down your
And you
piece.
only have your
You have
piece.
your experiences. I understand that. Okay? We understand that. We understand that Ian is difficult sometimes and doesn't want to do his work. We are not saying that he is not. We are not in denial. But there is another side of things that have been going on too that maybe you're not aware of. Is that possible?
Absolutely.
So
And
let's
we
continue.
can't do that because we've got all this
I need a
long
break.
agenda. So
I
that's
need about 5 minutes. I will be ready to continue in 5 minutes. I need to go out. I need to get some air because I'm really. You will understand why
Yeah, that's
when I get done telling you why. My purse. I'm gonna take Sage out potty her. I'll be back in a few minutes.
So, as you can imagine, it was mortifying. It was beyond embarrassing. It was a very hard time. So anyway, that's where that all went. After that, he was transferred to a different school with a different teacher, who didn't complain and didn't say things like that to him. And it took that teacher 6 months to gain his trust to get him working. My child was nearly all the way shut down. It took 6 months working with him and accepting what little he had left to give as sufficient before he could recover and do better. So the implications of a stupid washer not working and not having the money to run around and try to fix it, like a new washer. I couldn't afford a new washer till recently. The implications can be huge. My son is permanently disabled. He was disabled before, but now he's got PTSD, which he didn't have before. And the PTSD is causing him as much problems as his original disability has caused him. So, I don't think he'll ever recover. I mean, this is permanent. This is the way things are now. All because of this. It's... wow. I get really upset just thinking about it. Anyway, so if your washer isn't washing properly, it can be a very big deal. It can be a huge deal. We need to do something about these HE washers. We just do. Happily, 2 weeks ago, I got a new washer, a Speed Queen 2017, with one wash. I've gotten rid of all the smells and all the clothes, and I've been like, my water bill's going to be huge. My electric bill's going to be huge, because I am on a rampage going through this house, washing anything that HE washer touched. It's, yeah, it's a thing. Anyway, till next video, bye.